Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and those of you who don't know what the hell you are yet. I'm Hopalong PR, and we're back playing Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky second chapter. Okay, part of the reason why I'm so amped up is because I just had myself a nice little chuckle. Because in this game, you can make the character human centipede. Instead of being, you know, attached to one another's rear, it's just back into the head of each other. I don't know why I'm getting such a kick out of it, but anyhow, I did a lot of grinding because I hate myself apparently, and because I don't want to get my ass kicked anymore. I mean, it's going to happen, don't get me wrong, but if I can prevent it a little bit. Yeah. Alan, I don't know if you're just a good neighbor, but yeah, she has a lot to do. Okay, neat. Stella's team checked in for their flight and waited for the airship. Woohoo, we did the most basic thing in life. We waited. Any more surprises before we get on? Ooh, what if we're hijacked by the airship bandits? Or the air bandits, or sky bandits, yes. Because this is Trails in the Sky, and air, using the word air is just obviously my error. My air, or, yeah. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't smiling like an idiot for that bad pun. Forgive me for that. I couldn't help myself. Anyhow. Oh. Grandpa, why the hell do you have a sword? See, so now we have a gospel influencing people's minds. Using the fog's particulate. Yeah. But it's just like, okay, as a medium to exert a mental control over a large area. Well, that settles one question at least. Excuse me, Professor. I don't know why I read it as a woman. Cassius! Cassius, you old dog, good timing. Escape less than, did you? Yes, I finally managed to finish a bit of work. I thought I'd stop by and see how you're holding up. It wasn't until I was going back through it and editing it, but just, you can obviously the genetics between Cassius and Lena and Estelle. It's beautiful. Well done. What's this? A report from your granddaughter? Yes, arrived express from Roland. Thanks to Deetha's report, I'm quite certain of my theory now. About the gospel, I'm assuming? Yes. No, it's ultimately still a hypothesis at this point. I've gone over it again and again. Both on paper and with the capo, though. So I'm reasonably sure of this. Shall I go for it? Absolutely. Right then. Let me get all that. Let me get all the hard candies out of my mouth. So, what we've been calling the gospel's orbital shutdown phenomena. Tell me, what do you think it is, based on what you've seen or heard? It's an effect that occurs to an orbital device located in active gospel, chaining one device to another, and renders those devices inert while a gospel is active. That's how it seems to me, at least. Half right, half wrong. It probably just overloads them. Well, I describe it as closer to the orbital art anticept. That shorts out the internal court circuits of orbiment temporarily suspended in its functionality. The phenomena generated by the gospel, however, is fundamentally different. It steals the orbital formed in the orbiment down to the very last jewel. So it's more of an orbital absorption phenomena then. Yes, to make a comparison to combustion engine, it's like siphoning out the petrol. But wait. Unless I badly misunderstand physics, that must mean the gospel should absorb and store all that power, correct? Good eye, lad! You've noticed a very important fact. So I've measured the gospel obscured it absorbs energy, but the gospel does not actually hold any of it. Not even a single EP's worth. Is it just possibly the energy is being vented into the wider environment? No, not at all. The energy disappears. Completely. Utterly. And quite impossibly thanks to thermodynamics. Yeah. Wait. Yeah, because energy cannot be created or destroyed. Furthermore, these new gospels Estelle's group has been encountering, every time they have encountered, they cause unbelievable phenomena even in our best orbital engineering can explain. It's unclear how they're causing such effects, but I can say one thing with confidence. They're going to fuck shit up. And that is, they're too, ooh. Oh. I can say with absolute certainty that any device enabling such massive effects could not fit into the palm of one's hand. Even if the society somehow possesses technology centuries ahead of our own, nothing that small could contain that much potential energy. I think I'm starting to see where this is going. Saying the Gospels must be terminals, then access points of some sort. Whoa! Exactly! The only function the Gospel unit itself has is the ability to manifest an abnormal warp. Okay, so it doesn't necessarily destroy it, so it just warps it to someplace else. That warp resonates with any orbital devices, expands and draws energy from the devices. The energy then disappears through the warp. Well, no, it does not disappear. It is sent elsewhere. And wherever that is located, elsewhere is capable of causing the impossible effects we've seen. You know, I hope I'm misunderstanding this. I'm afraid you're getting a passing grade here, old friend. Society can use these Gospels to draw out and spread the power of whatever this thing is. Spreading the influences of mysterious force. No wonder the society named them Gospels. Oh, dig. In that case, the nature of this thing bothers me. Instead of it's an orbment out of your purest fiction, or, as far as that goes, I'm afraid I have no real clue. I've thought of a number of possibilities, but that would be pure speculation at this point. Now, Cassius, I'll ask you the same question I asked you 10 years ago. We're in quite the pickle. What do you need me to do? The exact same words I asked you to develop the air patrol ship. Well then. We're fucked, aren't we, old man? The key, I think, must lie in this warp the Gospel creates. Russell, can you develop some sort of plan or method that stops the resonance, the spread? Ha ha! Thought you'd ask that. Just about done with my current invention anyway. I'll get to work as soon as I'm done with that. Cassius, is anybody else remotely curious about why the old man had such a big frickin' buster-like sword on the table? No? Just me. Fine. I guess I'll do the required thing and talk to every single person on this ship. Ah, Estelle, at last we return to Bos, the land laden with memories of our first meeting. It makes my heart swell to return to such a place with such sweet nostalgia. Shocking as it may be, I kind of have to agree with the heart-swelling memories bit. Although, as I remember it, you were kind of rude back then. I'd say Oliver's about the same. Estelle, you've been the one that's changed. You said I wasn't attractive and made fun of me like a schoolboy. You must understand me, my fair Rose. I would only display such cute, bashful behavior in order to hide feelings of blood unabated. Yeah, I'll bet that's it exactly. You sure didn't waste any time putting the moves on Cher, as I remember. Or Joshua! Well, putting that aside, as you stand now, your beauty is incomparable what it was back then. Yours is a supple, healthy beauty with a maiden's gentle virtue. Are you calling her fat? Indeed, you have grown, Estelle. Oh, thank you. When you put it that way, it's kind of embarrassing. Please don't say it again like that. There is no shame to be had in virtue, Estelle. Still, you've only been to climb the ladder of adulthood. Should you try to ascend even higher, I'd be more than happy to assist you. No, thank you. If I was ever in a position to ask anyone about that sort of thing, I'd be a million times better off asking Shara. Ah, a pity. The things I could teach. Though Shara would be the one to... I'll remind you that I have a very large stick. I'm sure he has one in his pants now, so I guess you two are even on that one there, Estelle. Oh, hi, Estelle. Still walking around? Yeah, sort of, yeah. Yeah, Dita, I was wondering, did you dream at all when we were put to sleep? Yeah, I did. It was a dream where Mom and Dad came home. And then Mom and Grandpa got into a loving fist fight for the first time in forever. Ah, I see. Sounds like a really nice dream. Yeah, You showed up, of course, Estelle. I did. Yeah, after Mom and Dad came home. You and Joshua and Agate all came by to visit. Then Grandpa suggested we take a trip to the hot springs in Elmo. That really does sound like a fun dream. Yeah, and now we just got to make that dream come true. Yeah. As soon as you bash Joshua's head in for being such a stupid man. Anton, is that you? Nope. You just have the same sprite as him. Okay. Agate, what are you doing here down in everything by yourself? Hey, something wrong, Agate? It's none. You still wander around the ship? Yeah, basically. Oh, you're from Ravenou in the Boyce region, aren't you? This will be your first time back home in a while. No. Was that there just a bit ago crash, chasing down the intelligence division guys? Hey, wait a second. Why assuming that I'm going back home? Aw, don't be embarrassed, you big teddy bear. You've got a little sister back in Ravenou, right? You mentioned her once. You might be the biggest softie when it comes to her, right? Hey. Oh yeah, where the heck in Ravenou is your house anyway? You remember seeing any girl who stood out as Agate's little sister when we were there investigating the Sky Bandits? There's a girl with Louie, but no, too young. I figure your little sister's gotta have your hair. I'll introduce you to Misha soon. So we have some time to visit anyway. Yeah, please do. In that case, we'll have to bring Dita along too. Why would we have to do that? Dita's kind of attached to you. In case you haven't noticed, she'd be pretty let down if you didn't introduce her to your sister, you know? Oh, I get it. You don't want Misha and Dita to meet, Huh? Now I get it. They might get together and get in lots of trouble like Dita did with Renee, or they might get jealous of each other. Ah, being an older brother must be such hard work. Oh, that's what you meant. Huh? Don't worry, I'll clean up any mess that happens. I'm pretty good at Dita hurting. So just go ahead and introduce those two crazy kids. I'll make sure nothing blows up. Yeah, thanks. I'll be counting on you for that. Agate. She's dead, isn't she? We're gonna visit her tombstone. Isn't that right? Oh, of course, that's just me speculating. Wait, I did check out the tombstones when I was back in Ravenou last time. Was there a Misha? I can't remember. Lord knows how long it's been. Hey, Chloe. Estelle, out for a walk again? Yeah, more or less. More importantly, I'm sorry. You really opened up to Joshua till the very end. Don't worry. Still, that girl with Joshua is one of the Sky Bandits, isn't she? Yeah. She's a cheeky, insulting little punk by the name of Josette Kapua. She's also the single biggest tomboy I've ever laid eyes on. People call me a tomboy at sometimes. Psst. I see. She doesn't seem a bit charming from the photograph. She could be pretty cute if she keeps her mouth shut. Well, you see, Estelle, there are probably plenty of men that will agree that with you on that one when it comes to certain women's. And even one of my best friends said this about one of the Game Grumps, not naming any names, but he's so adorable until he opens his mouth. Anyway, I digress. And she did manage to play a perfect upper crust girl when we first met her, too. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry? Explained everything. I see. That is impressively dexterous, if I may say so. Well, it does make sense. She's apparently former Aerobian nobility. Putting on a face like that is her specialty, I think. Peel the way layers, though, and like I said, at the core, she's a cheeky, classless little punk. Is someone just a little bit jealous, Estelle? Someone a little salty that they're spending quality time with Joshua? Still, from what I've heard, I can't really find cause to hate her. I suspect that we found a chance to talk. We might have a lot in common. Yeah, can't see that happening. We'll slide off each other like oil and water. Our personalities wouldn't fit together, trust me. Yeah, that's because you're very close to being the same. Maybe. Zane, what do you got to say? Oh, Estelle, good work this time. You've really grown as a bracer. I'm still kind of a newbie, I think. Like, not even remotely good with a staff as Dad. I don't think you should worry about Master Cassius that much. An S-rank bracer is a master of their profession to a degree that it can attain with the unity of purpose and all martial artists seek, after all. To be honest, I don't think I could attain such enlightenment even if my whole life was trying. I see. Gotta admit, it's kind of hard for me to understand how incredible my dad is, but you mentioned unity of purpose. I think you mentioned that to Chloe at the castle. What does that mean? Kautawai. Yes, in Liberian, especially how I mean it here. I know Master Cassius was once such a transcendent master of the sword. He was given the title Divine Blade. Today, he can wield the staff just as easily as the sword he spent his life training with. Why do you think that is? He practiced really hard? That's part of it, of course. But more than that, because he could instantly understand and relate the nature of the staff combat to his previous experience. Something beyond what we call skill, above practicing forms and reflexes, above muscle memory. A mental state where one can grasp the true nature of things and control them at will. And that, and only that, is what we refer to as unity of purpose. Unity of the true nature of something. His plan is to push back the Imperial Army during your war was the same, I bet. He understood the nature of the war, the combat, so intrinsically, I don't fucking know. So instinctively, he was able to construct the plan he did. There'd be no more fearsome foe. No one more fearsome as a foe. I get it, I think. But that means even my dad supposedly enlightened was beaten in some ways by society. During the coup, he was lured out of the country, for starters. Yes, they almost certainly possess someone equal to Master Cassius. It's hard to know if it's this Loe or this professor person, though. Could it be the guy we know as Lawrence? He was pretty powerful. Him? He is incredibly skilled, yes, but I'm not sure if he matches Master Cassius. Besides, his chi, his soul, they do not have the unity of purpose, not in the way I have spoken of. He is a blade sharpened in one specific way by the coldest frost, tempered to perfection, untouched by anyone. That is the sense I got from him in the arena, at least. Yeah, I get what you mean. He hasn't shown himself, but I figure he's got to get to something. He did seem have a fixation on Joshua. Yes, it wouldn't surprise me if they knew each other from Joshua's day in the society. Between him, myself, and Sherazard, we've all got strange ties in our past into the group. I wonder if it'll be the guidance of she who dwells above. I don't know. Maybe. Forgive me, everybody, for a second. I got to blow my nose. I've got just this running down my face. Okay. I think that just leaves Shara, who's probably out here contemplating life and lamenting on the fact that her and Lucy are now enemies. Hello, Estelle. Hi, Shara. So this is where you went. Oh, wait. Do you want to be alone for a bit? This is unlike you, Estelle. Why so reserved? You want to ask about Luciola, right? Yeah. She says we met a long time ago, but I don't remember her at all. I was wondering what she's like, and if you could jog my memory. Let's see, where to begin, then? We have to begin with her stage name. I suppose Luciola the Bewitching Belle. She could throw her audience illusions by dancing and using her bells and fans, thus bewitching them, you see? Hers was the centerpiece performance of our little circus troupe, the one that really brought in the audiences. Illusions. Does she use an ornament to make them? No, she used something that was always called illusion magic, which is apparently some kind of very odd, non-orbal art. Luciola was from a family with a tradition of working with that art. Was? People who fall in with a traveling circus like ours tend to be one of two kinds. People who had cause to abandon their previous homes and families, or people who never had such things to begin with. Luciola was one of the former, and I was one of the latter. Aww. I was about 7 years old when Mr. Harvey and his band took me in. Back then I was little more than a street urchin living in the slums of a city. Pickpocketing, petty theft, there was little I wouldn't do to survive. Aww. They were the ones who reached out hand to me, the trope leader, Mr. Harvey, and Luciola. They taught me, the little girl who couldn't trust anybody, the warmth of a family. He taught me all sorts of skills that would let me earn a place for myself in the trope. Dancing, beast handling, tarot reading. Luciola taught me all that. But then, 8 years ago, Mr. Harvey died in an accident. Without his leadership, we all just drifted apart and went our own ways. I've been planning on staying with Luciola, but soon after Mr. Harvey died, she simply told me there is something I must do, and vanished. Hopeless and lost for the first time in years, I turned to the one remaining man in the world who I'm still trusted. As you might suspect, that was Cassius, who had already begun working as a bracer. You know the rest, I imagine. So that's what happened. I had no idea you'd gone through something like that. The reason I aimed to become a bracer at first was to improve myself. I wanted to be able to live and prosper on my own. Show Luciola how far I'd come once you returned. But, well, it had been 8 years. Perhaps that was enough time to re-examine my reasons. Shara. Don't go make that face. Like Zane said, I don't intend to simply fight her without saying a word. I want to hear Luciola Stola from her before anything. I have to know what possible reason she could have to made her associate with this society. Yeah, that sounds good. Got your back, Shara. I'll do anything to help. I know I can always count on you. Still, you've grown quite a bit, haven't you, Estelle? What? That's kind of sudden. I always thought of you as being exactly what I expect of Cassius' daughter. I don't think that's quite right or fair anymore, though. What do you mean? Your strength isn't quite the same as Cassius's. Cassius had a heart as deep as the ocean, strength like a relentless wave. But you, Estelle? Your strength is like the sun. You shine. You make others shine just by being near them. Oh. I think that's why people are attracted to you so easily. That's what I like about you. I know Joshua felt the same way. I don't think you need to feel any pressure to live up to Cassius, at my point. Yeah. You're really my big sister, aren't you, Shara? You always know how to encourage me. Thanks. You're very welcome. Not saying you should turn the favor of mine, but you should really drink with me sometime. Now that you're a full bracer, you'll better learn how to handle your liquor. How is booze related to... You know what? Never mind. I don't want to know. Is that everybody? Okay. Thank you for flying with us today. We'll be arriving in both shortly. Please be aware there may be turbulence, so take your seats. Sit down, Estelle. Been running around all flight. City of Bos. Oh, that's right. The biggest thing I'm looking forward to, not plot progression, but just getting new orbments and new orbals and just... I have a shit ton of Sephiroth from all my grinding. So I am going to be getting myself some new toys. Well, weapons, of course, too, but that's minor in relation. Everyone, hello, good work. Ha, the Silver Streak, the Heavy Blade, the Immovable, and our Rising Star Rookie all together. Brings a tear to my eye. It does. Rising Star Rookie? Ha, you, of course. You're a little walking miracle who's managed to stop this society in 4 different regions. That's been the gossip anyway. You gotta be kidding. Saying I stopped anything is overstating more than a little. They just ran off once their experiments were done. You did handle yourself well in role in any case. Don't sell yourself short. I think you'd be a little proud. Yeah, but that was just a bunch of coincidences coming together and... Ha, no need to get embarrassed. You just need to live up to your reputation is all. Yeah, thanks, Zane. Sound like a cakewalk. Make it sound like a cakewalk. Anyway, that aside, what's the situation like in here in Bos? It's been no sign of society whatsoever. No surprise, I suppose, since the Sky Bandits were caught. The Armory's been patrolling the region pretty heavily. One thing sticks out, though. There've been a few too many dangerous monsters prowling around here these days. Really? I noticed that last time I was here. Bos has more wanted monsters than in other regions. Why is that? Most of it comes down to being Bos is a huge region filled with rough terrain. These are coming for monsters come down to less inhabited areas. Thing is, though, we've had 10 cases just since the beginning of the month. 10? That is a lot. I'm guessing they've kept Sting and the rest of the crew busy. Yeah, and Kurt's team stopped by the other day to slay several of them. Be in your debt if you could take care of a few of them for us. It strikes me as a good course of action. It's possible society is involved with this. Monster breeding. Yeah, they could hurt someone if we could just leave them alone. So we should get out there and take them down. Huh? Agate, what's wrong? Yeah, what's up? You're really quiet. Nah, it's nothing. Anyway, let's get out there and bring back some monster heads. Pardon? Oh! It's the mayor. Mayor Mabel and Leah. Good day. Estelle, it's so good to see you again. I am glad to see you are well. Wow, it's seriously been forever. I think the last time we met was at the Queen's birthday, right? Yeah, I feel like it's been ages. It's been... well, her training took like 3 months, and I don't know how much time's passed in between, but nonetheless, it's just been months. I've been hearing all about your exploits in the news, though, Estelle. It goes for everyone else. I'm glad to see you're all safe. Especially you, Chloe. Are you on school break already? I ended up taking a little time off early. Good to see you again, Mayor Mabel. Huh? You two seem pretty familiar. Well, Mabel used to be a student at the academy before she graduated. I'm certainly glad we met too. Ah, I see. And Agate Kronzer. It's been some time, sir. Suppose so. Hey, Agate, Mayor Mabel, you know each other? Oh, yes. I've relied on Mr. Kronzer a number of times for various jobs only he could do. 10 years ago. Hey, Mayor. I forgot myself. Pardon me. Regardless, I simply wish to stop by today to welcome you back. From the sounds of things, you're pursuing an international criminal syndicate with threatens the safety of the entire country. Yep. Sometimes they feel more like a society of supervillains, but that's one way to think of them, yes. So far, the city of Bos is concerned, the threat these criminals pose is not someone else's problem. It's everyone's. If I can do anything to assist you in your investigation, anything at all, you only need to ask. Thanks, Mabel. If we need any help, we'll definitely ask. Expecting a lot from you, Mayor. Excellent. Now I'm afraid I must excuse myself here. Should anything come up, please visit me at my residence. Pardon us. Okay. Well, we're going to be seeing her again probably really soon. Come on, Agate. Couldn't you have been a little more civil? That's who I am. We ain't running a butler service here. Give me a break. Agate can kind of be arrogant to people sometimes. Usually polite towards clients, though. You are kind of short with Mabel, though. You're imagining things. More to the point, I remember talking about is bring back some monster heads. Logren, give us the breakdown. Right. We have 3 cases outstanding. Firstly, there's the Blade Fang surrounding the Crone's Pass. We also got the Ghost Epitaph in the Nebel Valley. And an Octobone raising hell in the Emerald Tower. Okay, got those written down. Alright, Monster Slaying is the perfect task for my greatsword. I'll be taking charge this time around. Huh? Well, you're a Boas native. My good heavy blade. Probably the best suited out of all of us. I have no objections. Ha, decided then. Go ahead and pick us a team, Estelle. You're being suspiciously gung-ho about this, you know. Oh. Okay, well, at least I'll end the episode with showing you guys how much of a level gap there is. So we have 62, 62, 50, 63, and 55. And now I have Agate, who I gotta train, so I'll have to strip Sheriff for orbits and orbals in. Oh, this is just a monster. Fuck. I'm trying to think of how much I actually want to, show. Yeah. Why are you looking at me like you're expecting something? Hey, I do want to go see your hometown, Agate. Do you not want to? Not right now, no. We need to settle our current jobs first, including hunting these monsters. Oh. You unfeeling clod. Come on, Dita's here. Would it literally make your head catch fire to be nice for once? The hell do you even... Estelle, it's okay, really. It's only normal we should put work first. Agate, I'm sorry for prodding you. Nah, I'll love to take you once things have settled down. Just be a good girl for now, short stuff. Okay. All right, well, I've got some work ahead of me, so thank you guys for watching. And I'll be back soon-ish.